Y'all, this is my friend Miss Joyce, and she didn't know how to use a machine. And we're going to pretend like she just received this machine in the mail. Okay? And it's got all the needles in it. That's how it's shipped. And I just finished testing this one yesterday. See the ribber? It's all timed. It's just like the machine would come out of the box. So we're going to try to rib, and I'm going to talk Miss Joyce through it. See that blue mark? You see where the blue mark is? Okay, raise that needle up.
With my finger?
With your finger. Be careful, it's sharp.
Okay.
Okay, raise it up. Now pull it towards you and flip it out of the machine. Just lift up on it.
Take it all the way out?
Yep, take it out.
Oh, I see.
Now from here you're going to take out every other needle, starting with that needle that's marked in blue.
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Joyce took all the needles out and she cranked forward on the handle whenever she got to the needles that she couldn't reach because they were down in the cylinder. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the setup bonnet, which you're holding, and you're going to hang a loop on each needle. One loop on each needle. Set the setup bonnet down inside the machine. There you go. And take your blue pick that's there on your right or left, whatever. And see those loops? You're going to hang one loop on each needle. When you get around to the place where you can't reach the needles, just skip that and we'll get to that in just a second. But finish hanging the loops on the other side.
Is there a loop for each needle?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What if I accidentally miss one?
You know, it's not the end of the world.
Just go back and redo it then?
You can, or you can leave it missed. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Do I move the handle to the crank to get it to come around to where I can get at it better, or do I just do it this way?
Do all the needles that you can see, okay?
Okay.
That you don't have to turn the crank. Because then we're going to start threading the machine. Then once we thread the machine, we'll crank it forward and we'll be able to put the loops on those needles.
So each machine comes with one of these bonnets?
Uh-huh.
Right now I'm having a little trouble seeing my
Loop?
my loop.
That's okay. When I teach people, they always are worried that they're taking too long or not doing it right, because when they see people doing it, they go so fast. Just flip, 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 and all those loops are hung. But what they don't remember is they've been doing it for a really long time. Through the first hole, and it's not through this, that's just there.
I got
Through
it.
that one, there you go, round through that one. And down. Okay, now you're going to fish it through this hole, then that hole.
From the outside in?
From the outside in, and I take this hook and I poke it through the hole.
Okay.
Or you can do it like that too. You can use your poke it through the hole from the other direction, the other side.
You
Put the blue thing right in there
and get a hook on it.
and hook the yarn and pull it through.
Got it.
Just like that.
Okay.
Okay. Now let your yarn dangle down into the center of the setup bonnet, right there. Pull down on your setup bonnet with one hand. Crank forward on the handle. That's right. Perfect. Perfect. Keep cranking now. I need you to stop. Then you can hang the rest of those loops. Okay, so now that you have all the loops on, you're going to pull down. There you go. And crank forward a few rows. Just start cranking that handle. Okay. Pull down harder.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. in and pull down. Put those loose strings, put them inside the, yep, put that right in there. Just put that in there. Now, pull down harder.
Okay.
Okay, keep cranking. Alright, so you're on. You are casted on, sister.
Cool.
Okay, so if you can look at that, you see the size difference in the stitch? I had Miss Joyce loosen the tension, and the length of the stitch is from here to the spring. That's how long the stitch is. So if you screw the cam nut down, you are making a longer stitch. If you screw it up, you're making a shorter stitch or a tighter stitch. And we're going to do this exercise today at a really loose tension, okay? Okay, so now I've handed Miss Joyce the buckle because she's tired. She just told me she was tired of pulling down on there. And so we're going to make that pull down automatic. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert the fabric, or the, yes, we're going to insert the setup bonnet into the buckle. Now, you can see if you close it like that and pull down, that's going to slip. But if you take this flat panel and go all the way around, yep. Now, pull down on the flat panel, this part right here. Pull down on that. Okay, and it will not slip. So we're going to hang your hang your weights. See that?
Ah.
Okay. Gonna hang that on the buckle. Okay.
Make sure your toes out of the way just in case.
Put one foot here and one foot over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I always crank a few rows just to make sure that that buckle's on there good.
Okay.
Okay, and I want you to stop with that thing right there.
By the blue line or just right there?
Just forward so we can see it. Come crank forward, just to stop. Okay, now you're going to take the ribber, which is that thing right there. You're going to take the ribber, lift up. When they're new, sometimes that, yep, there you go, you got it.
Completely out?
Yeah, you want to put
Okay.
it, you're going to put the ribber in this little thing.
All right.
Okay, so start it in there, but now when you do you see this, whoops, lift it up just a hair. You see this fin right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where that blue line, that marks where the pin is. And this fin has to push up against that pin.
Okay.
Okay, this fin has to push up against the pin that's inside the cylinder.
Okay.
So when you set it down with that pin right there by that blue mark. Now go ahead and let your ribber go down into your cylinder. Okay, so it's down in there, but see how we can force that forward? I don't like that, so let's lift it up. We're going to scoot that pin over just a hair. That's right, and you kind of want to make sure that, set it down in there where that pin is against the fin. Okay, now try to do the ribber forward. See, that's perfect because it is right up against there. Okay, I'm sorry that I am in your way, Miss Joyce.
No, you're...
But I can't make the camera see that these slots are halfway in between. These slots are halfway in between. And we're going to put ribber needles in there. We're just going to lay our ribber needles in those slots. So that's a ribber needle. The little short ones.
This is a rubber needle.
Yep, that's a ribber needle.
Okay.
So we're going to lay it in there. The butt is going to go up next to this thing.
Okay, is this the butt?
That's the butt. Only turn it over and you'll see the butt. That's the butt.
Got it.
Okay? And we want to make sure the latch is open.
What's the latch?
That's the latch right there.
Ah. So does the latch face up
I'll just show you.
and the butt faces back?
The butt faces back and you just drop it in there.
I'm glad you did that for me.
Well, let's see you do it.
I didn't know if these went in the same direction as the other needles
Yep.
or not.
So the rubber's what makes the pearl stitches.
I got it.
Okay.
And we're
so
going in every other one?
every slot. We're gonna put one. Perfect.
Okay.
It gets faster.
I'm sure.
You're such a good sport to do this.
Hey, you're a good sport to teach me. When I have to make sure this is open, I need to flip that little...
Yes, flip the latch open.
Okay, hope I've got them all open so far.
It'll be very apparent if you don't.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm fixing to
Okay.
run out of room here, so... I
Okay,
need to-
so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your handle, crank handle, and you're gonna crank forward. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now stop. And then that puts you right here. Keep working right around there.
Is my head in the way?
And when you run out of room again, crank forward.
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Joyce was cranking forward, and her handle won't crank anymore. So I'm going to show you, and I don't know that you can see it on the video. See those doors right there? Those doors are closed. So
that's why you said it would
scooch
be apparent.
Yes, scooch it back and open that door. Now crank forward. I opened the door, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I thought there was more than one.
Now crank forward until you can put needles on the other side.
Okay. All of the
Rubber needles are
rubber
in.
needles are in, yes.
Yes. Okay, so I want you to crank forward.
How far?
Well, just you're gonna do some rows. and
Okay,
you're
well
gonna-
apparently I have another situation with one of my little things being down because...
Did you have a closed
Right
door?
here.
Yeah, you do. See? Now you're already troubleshooting.
I had a closed door.
Okay. Closed doors are bad news. Now sometimes if the yarn carrier, and this is the yarn carrier, if that's up high, you can't feel the closed door. And you know, you want to raise it or lower it, and I'm talking in increments of hairs, and it just makes a difference. I like mine just low enough to where it stops it and you can feel, but if you're cranking along, ribbing really fast, and all of a sudden you come to a dead stop because you've hit a closed door, you can guarantee you've ruined that needle. So it's okay, you can ruin needles because they're 50 cents each.
Okay.
Okay, so crank forward. And you crank them nice and slow and steady. Okay, I'm just busting with pride right now because you're ribbing.
Okay. I'm ribbing.
You're ribbing.
Is this the right pace? Or is that an even enough pace?
It's an even and steady pace.
Oops.
That's a good question. You crank forward with purpose in a nice even pace, and as you get used to and comfortable with the machine, you will crank faster. Okay?